Hello there, everyone. My name's Ayumu. We're going to take a look at Northgard. It was provided me... A copy of the game was provided me by the lovely people of Shiro Games, but this is going to be my own opinion. It is $20 right now and in early access. It's been out for about a year. As you can see, a campaign is coming soon. And if you do like what you see and you would like to see a series on this, let me know, and we can definitely do that. But we're going to do a short little bit right here. Probably play about 30 minutes of it, and I'll explain some of the things that's going on, how the game, in my opinion, works, or how I like the game, and all that. So we're gonna leave everything as it is, and we're going to pick the crow because burp. Weird way to explain this game. This is a real-time strategy civilization game. And I know it's a weird way to describe it, but everything is done in real time. It's kind of a city builder. And the reason I mention it's kind of Civ-like is it does have the victory conditions, very similar to that of Civilization, being basically like religion, financing, annihilation, and then I don't know what the last one would be called, but there are the different win conditions, and we're gonna go for do a little bit going towards the money one. You do not need to manually tell units what to build. So long as you have a villager, they will build what you want them to. So for this, we'll start off with a lumber yard. That way we don't fall too far behind on wood, and we probably will build a house. As you can see up here, how many people we can have depending on what jobs, or it's collectively how many people you have. It doesn't matter what their job is, they're taken up in the population. And then you also have food. If they don't have food, they die. Pretty standard in games, you know. It happens. People starve to death, and everyone dies, and everyone's mad at you. So you click on a unit and have them get to work. Most initial jobs don't have any problems. They just work. And they actually do a fairly good job about just taking care of a lot of work themselves. The scout is one of my favorite units for what it does, because it does it all on its own, and it scouts things, and I don't have to manually scout them. I can. I don't have to, though. So that's something I'm very much a fan of in this game. And I can actually queue up more things. I'm just trying not to overextend. I am going to need a scout. When I start getting to the more late game, I don't worry too much about scout camp, but I definitely want to show you guys what the scout will do. And it has a lot of those balancing factors with how you want units to go and what you want them to do. This is the tech tree this is how you do the religious victory, is by getting ancestral knowledge, which you have to get 20 of these, I think. You get to pick which one it's 6, and then I think it's 12, 18, maybe it's 24. Could be wrong about that. And there are different bonuses for each area. How many buildings can be built, like our starting area has 5, and what resources are currently available. If I put up a woodcutter's lodge here, I'll also have that available. So I have not won a game of this yet. I played it for about 3 hours. I played it with someone. The online worked perfectly fine. That was something I was genuinely concerned about, because games like these, it can be very janky if the online does not work well. The AI is also having them at medium difficulty. They're not stupid. playing with someone, we had one medium and one regular AI, or easy AI. This is definitely the land we're going to go take. I will give up the 8 crowns for it. As the Clan of the Raven, I can spend money to do it. They all have their own unique things that they can do. But food is going to be a very big issue coming up. So in our new area, we are going to build... First, we're going to build... let's do a trading camp. Shipwreck. Use scouts to discover it, to find crowns and that. Okay. You do have to manually move a unit over, so now we have a villager here. Kind of a derp thing. Not a big deal, though. And based on your happiness, you get the villagers growing. They will just immediately stop when the population becomes too much. So that's not an issue. It's not a major issue in a lot of these types of games, but sometimes they will go off and do whatever they want. We need more wood before we can do that. A villager will not collect food unless there is a place to store it, i.e. the town hall. There are a couple other storing things, but they'll just collect food for us, so we'll actually hold off on that. And we will... oh, still building it. But we'll have her go through and become a warrior, and we'll have her kill this one. Combat works just as you'd expect it. They run up, smack each other. When an enemy enters a territory, like every unit will get up to go fight them. Which is a little frustrating because if they attack here, my farmers and stuff will bull rush them, making it so that they, well, don't do their jobs properly and start to die. It's been a little difficult playing this game. Everything's fairly intuitive. Obviously, pause button. You can select one or all, as you can clearly see. And the win victories are actually like very well put out, with percentages and how close you are, which is very good, because these are, well, definitely things you need to look out for in these types of games. Oh. Small nitpicky complaint. Pause is P. Kind of wish it was spacebar, but spacebar drags you back to your town hall. So not a big deal. As you can see right here, everyone's going to go fight him. And they're not super strong, so your units do not heal naturally, which is something I'm not a fan of in this game. Our food is fine, our wood is not. There's a healer that you can build, and they'll help you out, but he's also super slow at it, which I'm not a big fan of. So we need to get our food coming up as quickly as possible. The farmers get a bigger harvest in summer, I believe. It's still summer. Nice. So hopefully we can make something happen. Wood is going to be a big... Did I just click on him again? No, I didn't. Okay. Because I'm really going to need this. Food isn't going to be a huge issue. This takes place in the Norse-ish area. It gets very cold, and that starts to kind of be a detriment. I hate this. This is going to infinitely spawn wolves, so we need a healer up as soon as possible, and we're not going to be able to get one. Very unfortunate. But we're going to have to just sit here and kind of grit our teeth. During the winter, I might pick up one of my civilians and have them become a soldier for me. Because with this wolf camp, they will just keep attacking. But I'll hold off, because I believe the army does reduce my happiness. But unfortunately, they don't heal. Or if they heal so slowly, it's not even worth considering. But he... Is it a she? I also love that sound. I think it's a she, but we are not in good straits. It's a little late, but we'll do sharp axes because wood has been our biggest issue. So I know winter is coming, so I need to stock up on what supplies I have. Elsewise, I would build a healer's hut to protect us. I think I'll actually have him stop doing that. We'll also... I'll colonize this. This is your lore, experience, whatever you want to call it. So we'll have this get built because we're going to need a healer's hut, and we are starting to run out of resources. So we actually are still making firewood, which is good, and we can suffer the -1s. But if we are making firewood, we need a healer. Where's the healer's lodge? Healer's hut. And we will put this right here. You can upgrade these areas. I believe I have to upgrade the town hall first, so we can't do it just yet. So we'll cut back on our food production because they do collect food for us. But not a big deal. We'll leave it be. At any point, you can always pull this up. We're actually in the lead this way because we took that third area. So we're doing pretty good there. I'm going to try and shoot for the money win. I probably won't finish it, but that's the one I like the most. Either that or lore. I'm not a very aggressive person in these types of games. We'll also build a house over here. And we're going to need a healer to come take care of that. And no, you're a carpenter, so we'll have just a regular civilian move over here. We are going to start to bleed away the food fairly quickly, but farmers get a good amount. I think they actually get more regardless. Maybe not at this time, but we'll leave it as such. We have plenty that we can hemorrhage away. The healer will heal anyone. If you actually click on the healer's hut, you can see who he's healing. So our warrior is in perfect health. So hopefully he'll be able to take care of it there. Our scout, I'm actually going to have him come back here and scavenge from this. He's coming back? He's coming back. Whoa! Hello! Relic of the Gods. Was I the one who found this? So we are going to constantly get attacked, so we actually do need to take some aggression. It's very easy to kite the enemy around. It's no problem at all. Once he's finished up with this, we'll have him venture out into the world again. And he will do good for us. Like all the portraits, I like the sounds in it. The soundtrack has been rather soothing. So I've enjoyed myself with that as well. There is a little frame skip whenever you move over to a new season, but that's not a huge issue. So we're doing perfectly fine on wood, so let's I want to do harbor. The actual placement of where goes where is not a big deal. We're going to want to take over this area. One thing I'm actually like a little unsure about is how aggressive you should be. I'm very... Oh, we actually don't have enough money. So we got to build this up quick. But I'm very unsure of, like, how much money you should have. Or, I'm sorry, how much land, because I've tried expanding, like, rather quickly. Obviously, if you can't support your units, you're not in good, well, you're not doing a very good job. You go work here. And that should start netting us an income as soon as we have them go out. We'll go out for lore. And yeah, we're actually starting to gain some. So we'll build another unit after that. It's 200 wood and 100 gold. That's pretty good. Yeah, we'll have one more go over here. So he'll take care of that. Unfortunately, we're going to keep getting attacked here. This might be where I should... I'm going to have to colonize this. You have to kill the wolves first, though. But I'll wait one more. We'll colonize this. I think it'll be better. Keeping our units alive. A little bit better than having a bunch of dead units. Balancing how many people has been a bit of a struggle for me playing it. Shit. I always misclick this button. It improves your production and everything. Increases your scouting. I don't care about that. Mining. Let's go for trading. The mining efficiency might be the most important one to get, because there's a very limited resource of stone and iron in this game. That's if I have any major complaints. The AI is also very exploitable. Like right that, I don't have to worry about it. We can now colonize this for our own, which we will do. Because we can send hunters out here and we'll greatly increase our food. With our food being up there, we can definitely keep ourselves a little happier. So we'll actually start off with a brewery here. Go for it. Villager. You go over here. Not doing super good on food, so we're also going to Hunter's Lodge. And I will take another villager to send them over here to build the lodge. I think they give us a big boon for being farmers, but the hunting will also give us a pretty good boon. And we're going to want that as quickly as possible. One of the struggles I have had... Oh, it's a cold winter, so we're going to need even more food and firewood. That's rough. I'd like to get these hunters up. And they were hurt. I don't actually know what hurts them. I just see them get hurt, and then they die, and I ignore them for the rest of the game. You probably shouldn't. You are now a hunter. Because hunting has been one of the better ways of getting food for my units. You are also now a hunter. I think that'll be better food. I think it's 4 per hunter. If that's what it is, that's that'll meet the demand. 9. And we don't need the happiness yet. We'll have one of the other workers do it. And they'll be able to keep us healthier longer. The healer's work is never done. But once it is done, they just stand there and wait. So, I don't believe it actually costs anything. It doesn't. I think only armor and stuff costs. But you got to be careful. So I'll actually put these guys on this border. Let's put them right here. They should be able to intercept from either of these directions, unless it comes here. In which case, we're boned. But for the harsh winter, we actually are making progress here. Once you hit certain levels of this, once we hit 200, we obtain 3 villagers, and max population increases by 3. And then once we hit 500, we can hire mercenaries. I don't know what a coastal raid actually does, but I haven't gotten that far. When I played it, trying to do the money victory, I had no food around me whatsoever, and that bummed me out hardcore. I'm still gonna delay. No, we have 14 people now. All right, you're gonna become a bartender. That way we can keep our happiness up, because happiness is very important. Keeping our happiness high impacts greatly how much usefulness we have. I think if I break the scout camp, my scout's just going to become useless. We are going to need to get a mine going up soon. So having more villagers wouldn't be a bad idea. This has no other resource, so I think another house here isn't a bad idea. Once... Alright, so they actually took care of it. So I'll put them... I guess I'll just leave them. I'll do one on each border. I think this one should be able to take care of it, and we'll just have to, like, pause the game quickly if we see it. But we want a house built there, so we can actually start getting more units in. And increase sales, resource production, and we'll run down that. We'll still have them gaining food. We're going to need to colonize this, because nowhere else has any mine. Oh, this has mining as well. So we actually don't need to colonize anything yet. We could just build a mine, stick it right there. But we are starting to kind of run our units a little thin. But they will start repopulating. And that is definitely good for our survivability. But yeah, stone, which I actually didn't do, might be the most valuable resource. This one, we have 30 stone in this area. I don't believe stone ever regrows because, well, it's stone. Click on our... Oh yeah, you also have sheep. You can control the sheep. Best game NA. No! Scout! What the frig? Joden. Okay. Didn't know there were giants. Did not know there were giants here. Upgrading these is always good. Just large quantities during summer. I probably want to have consistency, but I also have to upgrade my town hall first. So, starting to run low on resources. You're done, so I will actually have you go back to just being a villager. Just so you can gather some more food for us. I believe you can have as many units anywhere, or as many as you want for units. Right, he died. But we are going to run low on how many units we have. So that's how we hire a war chief. Or berserkers. They're different classes for different units. One thing I will say is I'm not super sure how, like, the balance of this game works. If there is a dominant strategy. Ooh, that's a harsh winter. We are going to build a silo coming up because it increases the food production in the area. And we're going to do it probably here because it's more consistent. Who's actually making more? Hunters are making 3. I think that might be because it fluctuates a lot. But we'll still do that. One thing I undervalue the crap out of is defense towers. Does not take up a slot for the area, so I actually should be putting up a lot more of these. I'm having trouble here because they're going to keep coming in here. I should build like a defense tower there. Especially because of this, so build like defense towers right here. Because this is not the area I want to go after. Yeah, we'll have enough. So I'll actually put a defense tower right here. And I don't think... Yeah, we don't have a villager up there. I will wait. I don't want to take any of the food away from the villagers. They're not giving us tons of food. And then these units will go attack. I don't know what the actual range is on this. But it doesn't need to be occupied. It just attacks. Which is super good. At least I believe it doesn't need to be occupied. We're almost done, though. Military units get weakened. I want these more centralized. That way I know where they are. I need them here. That way I can see them. Being able to see them is good. So we're coming up into the good season. Now we can spare one of them to go build this. Now we're getting tons more food. And we'll also build a silo here. And we're getting closer. Leave. Come back. Shiga! There are ranged units as well. I haven't actually used them. I've used the shield bearers mostly. There are the axe throwing camps. So there are multiple units that you can use. Our healer's hut now can be occupied. You can also have them go to a house and they'll take care of the occupational thing. We're in need of another bartender, I think. I like to keep my happiness as high as possible. Alright. Let's go for mining efficiency. This would be great because it would reduce the upgrade cost. We are going to upgrade about 2 of them. But I also like getting the medicine up very quickly. Getting... This now is 22 stone, so it should have... what's that? 30%, so it should have 26... Or, I'm sorry, 28 more left. So it should basically give us 6 more stone. So we only lost 2 effectively so far. Food silo will be good. We are nearing town hall upgradation. Upgradation. What word is that? We've got 30 stone there. Not a big deal. Here it is. Develop an area. Increasing the number of possible buildings. So I think you have to have a building everywhere there before that works. I actually am gonna try to... This is something I don't do. I think you can only have one of these. So this doesn't count as a building, and there are 3 buildings right there. There we go. So the efficiency on this has gone up, and this is our next upgrade. Is obtain 3 villagers. So now we got plenty of villagers, but our happiness is low. Which means we need to take this area for ourselves. I don't actually know. Can these be done multiple times? Yeah, it can only be done once. You go back to being a regular. You know what? You actually become a lore guy. You're going to build another brewery, which we can't yet. We don't have a forest, which is bad. We'll actually demolish that right now. And we'll build the brewery. Because that's more important. I don't know if having our units working already makes them work better or not. Take 1 more unit. We'll stick them up here. Have them become a mighty miner. That way we can increase our food production. I don't know if you can kill these guys. That's something I legitimately don't know. I've seen them, like, die before, but I don't know if I can kill them. So as soon as this is done, we're going to put people to work. Improve our breweries is also a good thing. So we'll get 6 happiness out of it. Maybe I should have just focused on improving the brewery as opposed to building a second one. But, I mean, never claimed to be the smartest man in the town. Go to work. Keep our happiness high. Everything else is doing pretty good. We are going to need another... Our mining is fine. Let's actually temporarily... Oof. Once that happens, we're going to... Yeah, go explore that. Once the disease hits, we're going to lose... Your silo currently protects 300 food. Or 60% of any Oh, you also can't build, I believe. Yeah, you can't build on pause. Need 100 crowns. Oofda. Silo is just crowns? What's I trying to build? 100 food? Whatever. Oh, no, upgrading. Upgrading is what was costing me. I could probably break the mine for now. Because that's not super important. And we really want to protect our food. But we have a little bit of time before that actually is going to happen. Go get him, tower. Good job. Healer's hut's fine. We've lost so little health. Barkeep is fine. Really need that extra money. I'll actually have them stop that. Is any area not full? This one isn't full. But it only improves food production. In this area improves food production, so we want to use it here. So we'll go for him going there. Okay, awesome. Develop the area. Put a food silo. Someone go build it right now. That is literally our #1 goal, is to have that built in time. I'm not sure how much it'll protect it, but I certainly won't scoff at it being protected. Now, having the villagers as healers isn't a big deal. So the mine is completely exhausted. A little mad, but that's okay. So you are going to... One will go on happiness, and one will... I don't want him to become a villager. I'm sorry. I want him to become a villager. I don't want him to worry about that. Just as we upgrade it, we get that. That's actually pretty funny. But now... Your silos currently protect 600 food, so we'll lose very little food. Which is good. We don't want to lose food. Okay. So that's another food area for us. So I stopped that because I want another one to go on the journey with us. We are taking more... Increases the gain. I will upgrade this and we'll start the raid. So our money situation's actually perfectly fine. Lore Man is doing lore man stuff. Healing. Okay, so they're not healing. They're just gathering food for us, which is perfectly fine in my book. Our happiness is doing perfectly well. Upgrading another area may not be a bad idea. Our crowns are pretty low. Let's check out where's Freya's blessing. Ruins. There's one of their scouts. We may not have actually scouted it out, so we can't see it. Let's see. This became a Thane. How are we actually doing? We are very low on this because we haven't made a lot of money. We actually have to get commercial influence. And we're not doing well either way. I am not good at this game, but we've actually gone for 35 minutes. I meant to stop it at, earlier, so. We'll put this, I want to see what this does, actually. And more happiness. So if you enjoyed watching this and you'd like to see a series on it, I might do multiplayer, I might do single player, it depends on what you guys would like to see. Let me know, and we could definitely do that. Thank you very much, everyone. This has been a, not so much of a review, but I wanted you to see what the game looked like, how it felt. It is 20 USD, it is an early access, but there'll be a link to the Steam page in the description, so definitely, if this is something you are interested in, at least put it on your wish list, check it out later. Who knows? Who knows? But if you want to see even more of the game, to see further, and watch me fail, definitely let me know in the comments down below, and we'll definitely consider doing that. Thank you, everyone. I'll see you next time. Bye!